I didn't record the before of this painting. I had just repainted it and done all that. Um, I didn't like it. Now that I look at it now, I'm like, it doesn't matter. You know, like it just fell. I don't know. I like it more than I did, more than what I did before, even though it looks more chaotic. Well, before it just looked like I was just trying so hard not to ruin um, what I thought I saw in the painting. Instead of just like bringing a new light to the painting, bringing a new kind of creativity to it, and expanding upon it, you know? Like, I didn't do that. I should have done that, and I wish well, I actually did. Like, this is me doing it, you know? And I'm still in the process and everything, but yeah, I'm glad that I did now, you know? I'm glad that I looked at it and I was like, no, I don't. This might be good to somebody else, but I don't like it, you know? And I look at my paintings for hours sometimes, like not for hours, but like a couple minutes of the day, and I think like, oh, surely I could change this. Or I think like, you know what, I'm starting to like it. I'm starting to really this is growing on me, you know? And like this painting, I didn't like it at first. I loved it actually, and then it just hit me. I was like, no, I like this certain part of the painting, but me liking that just ruins the whole painting. It's like I lost sight of the forest full of trees. You know, it's like I focused on one thing, and I didn't allow myself to just look and grasp the whole painting. Like there's so many like beautiful aspects to it, but just that one section, I just missed everything else, and I just allowed the painting not to be like what it should be. But now I'm kind of trying to, because this isn't the end of the painting, I'm trying to like mesh it into what it can be and mesh it into what it should have been, rather than just allowing it to be just one little piece and like a bunch of pieces along the way that need to coexist, but they're not coexisting because of this little one piece that I put on it. And I thought it was good, you know? It's like sometimes you got to put effort into things that you don't think matter. You got to put effort into what you see and what you don't see. Because at the end of the day, it's like you're not seeing half of the things that are happening in your life. You know, it's like, look, there's a chicken there, he's chilling. I'm not focusing on him. But what if I did? What if I focused on him, you know, gave him what he needed, or, you know, helped him in whatever way I could? Like, he's gonna be happy. You know, I don't know how to make a chicken happy, but that would be cool to know how to make a chicken happy one day, you know? Like, I own chickens. Why aren't I making them happy? Why aren't I, like, helping them, you know? It's like, it's not just gonna help them, it's gonna help me learn how to help others. Because I'm like thinking about it. I'm thinking about like, oh, well, let's say for example, like I have a coworker or a friend and I see that they're troubled, or I don't see that they're troubled. And then I don't help them. And then I end up losing out on the fact of getting to know somebody and getting to get deeper with that person and getting a connection, which in turn they could maybe help me one day. But I mean, it doesn't matter if they help you. I mean, it's what matters is that you help others and that you kind of grow in that way, because you grow connections and you grow friendships, and you get to see a light of somebody that you would never have known. You get to see what it means for somebody to open up, and you get to see what it means for somebody to be real with you. Because nowadays people just have conversations and it's so bland. It's like, hey, how you doing? Like, oh, nice weather today, right? It's like, yeah, that's good, but it's not everything, you know? It's like, you could tell that person a billion times, like, hey, look, weather's great, right? It's just beautiful out here, but they're just gonna come up with the same response over and over again. Like, yeah, it's incredible, it's nice, I like it. Or, it was better yesterday. I like when it rains. And you can get into a conversation like, oh, you love the rain too? Yeah. Yeah, last weekend I was out in Ruidoso, and it rained, and we were just walking in the rain, and it was beautiful, you know, and I love that. Oh, you like Ruidoso? Yeah. I love that place. We should go sometime. Like, you know, it could go into that, but very rarely, you know? It's like you have to really, either you or the other person has to initiate the conversation to go deeper. So it's like, in that aspect, you have to really, you have to pursue something, you know, yourself. You have to make action happen, because if you're just, you know, dormant and you're just like not wanting anything to happen, you can't produce art. And I mean, to everybody, anybody who looks at this art right now, they'll be like, I don't like it. But then there could be that one person who's like, oh my gosh, I love it, you know? And it's like, this speaks to me in a way you don't even know. And I'm like, I'm sure you made it in that way, but there's just something about it, like I can't get over, you know? And that's what I want to do in life, you know? I want to be that person for everybody. I want to be that person who could help a chicken. I want to be that person who could help myself and also help others through me knowing myself, and through me have had helped myself, I should say. I don't know. But okay, so I'm doing all these paintings today because I don't like them, but I just want to show like what I did first, you know? It's like, I loved the color and I loved everything about the painting, but then I did this. It was so small what I did before, and then I kept going and kept going. But honestly, from this little thing, I could make an entire painting out of it. And oh, was my camera focused on the painting? But yeah, so I'm redoing that painting, redoing this painting. I like this painting at first because I was doing like little trees and they look so cool. But I love this, okay? And these are kind of like birds. They look like, kind of like this. I was trying to make like flowers, I guess, like out of the 3 dots. But yeah, I mean, okay, here's some other paintings that I was gonna redo. See, I like the corners. I like them so much. I just don't like the middle. And so I want to make something, I mean, whatever it is, I want to make something nice. But I don't want to mess with the corners. They're really good. So there's that. And then there's this painting. And so I really liked this painting at first. I thought like, oh my gosh, I just did something awesome. But then I was like, you know what? Like, let me just step out of what I think is awesome, and let me create something that can be better. Because I know, like, I know what I think is cool, but I know I could do better. I don't really like it anymore as much as I did. I know I could create something new and really, like, I don't know. I like the fact that I don't know. I like the fact that I could just observe things and just not even have to say anything about them. because I mean, life is all about just doing, you know. It's about being in the moment, not just doing, but it's about being there. And I think just now I'm just there. I'm in the moment. I'm really there. But yeah, so with these videos that I do, I want to just talk and grow for myself and really learn articulation. And maybe I'll show my face, but at the same time I may not. Hello, chicken. This is Bob. Hello, Bob. Wait, can you see Bob? Yeah, you can. Hello, Bob. Yep. Going good. How you doing? Oh, you see the paints? Yeah. What's your favorite color, Bob? Oh, you like orange. What do you think about... Oh, wait, you like green? I love Bob. I love my chickens. You know, one day I want to have a farm and take care of a lot of animals or something, like when I'm older. I just want to do, man. And I just want to be there to do it. I'll be there for myself now so that I could one day do it. But I mean, every day I just gotta keep moving forward. Yesterday I was pretty sad and bummed out, but it was something so small, you know. It's like you're gonna be bummed out by your failures, but if you don't allow yourself to fail, then you'll never feel what it feels like to actually to be in the moment and to gain something that you knew that at one point you weren't ready for. Because yeah, I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't. And whether that be a relationship, whether that be a reward of like high standards or something, or like an accolade, or you know, something in a video game, or you know, becoming a better painter, it's like you're not ready for that. You're not ready for most of the things in life, and that's okay, you know. It's like, learn to live with the failure, learn to love the failure, because if you don't, you're just gonna be stuck in that loop of sadness, of being like, damn it, I could have been better. I think it's called ruminating. You'll be ruminating in the pain of it and never really understanding why you feel that pain. It's like, try to get to know the pain, try to just sit there with yourself and accept it, because the most painful moments in my life were probably the best. And I'll tell a short story before, maybe not even short, but I'll tell a story before I end the video. If anyone stuck around, thank you very much. But yeah, so I was in Japan, right? And I had some of the best moments of my life, but before that, I was really going through the deepest, darkest time in my life. Like, not the deepest, darkest, but I had so much loneliness. I was living in a new town and I didn't have too many friends. But thinking back, I made 2 friends who were incredible, you know. One of them was teaching me French and showed me their collection of paintings and really like took me in and told me like, hey, I'm your friend, you know, and like, and was really there. And another one was also my friend as well, like a really good friend. And I was helping him like make videos for his solar panel company that he was a part of. And we were just chilling, you know, and just talking and getting to know each other and talking about God. And both times were really good for me, because if I didn't have that, then I would have been like in a darker place, you know. I had no one to talk to mostly. But So I go to Japan, and it's worse because I can't speak Japanese, and I don't know what I'm doing in a country that I, just randomly booked a ticket to for 3 months, and I have no clue. I'm 20 years old. I just turned 20. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never traveled solo in my life. Like, I've traveled solo, but I've never traveled like to a different country solo. I've never done any of this, and I don't have internet there. I don't have a knowledge on how to book hotels and how to do all that. But I have a family who could help me. I have a family who knows how to do stuff like that, and who helped me book a bunch of hotels. And in the scariest moments of life, you really got to take into account that there's others around you that can help you with just about everything. And I tried not to think about it. I tried not to think about the bad. I thought, like, thank God that they could help me in this way, and I'm glad that it can happen, and it did. But yeah, I had to do a lot of things myself. I had to figure out how the train system worked, figure out how to travel alone, because it's like something so new to me. And I had to figure out how to ask for directions from people who don't even speak my language. And it was pretty easy, It was like, you just ask them, like, hey, like, you show them the map. They can't read English. Some of them could, but you show them the map and you tell them, like, exactly where you need to go, and they just take you. They go out of their way. They get off the train. One time a guy got off the train because I asked him, like, hey, like, do you know where this is? Like, he gets off the train and he misses his destination, and he misses, maybe a couple minutes of his day, maybe even more, just to help me. Because the trains come at different times, and it's on a train station. It's the train doesn't always take you to the right place. You have to get on the right time, and there's a bunch of different times, and there's a bunch of different stops. And he just got off, and he got out of his way. He helped me, and I mean, that was incredible, and but I suffered a lot during the time. I didn't have anyone to talk to, and I had to suffer first before I could ever talk to anybody. I had to sit in my lonely, but when I found the opportunity to talk to people, I just sprung up and I went and I was like, hey, like, I noticed you speak English, or hey, where are you from? And picking up that conversation with people, some didn't go too well because they're really awkward. Nobody like that you talk to is going to be super open, or everybody has a barrier when you first talk to them, and you really have to lean in with icebreakers and get to know them for who they are, and then that's when you could talk to them. But that's certain people, that's some shy people, or that's some people who are not used to talking to others. But then there's other people who are like, oh, hey, no way, like, I'm gonna be doing this today. I'm gonna go dancing with this girl at some Latin music festival. Do you want to come? Or they tell you about the Latin music festival. They don't say, do you want to come? But once they get to know you, and once you like get into a good conversation with them, then they're like, hey, like, honestly, I've loved talking to you. If you don't mind, like, you could come on down with us tonight. It's at 7 p.m. We we could go together on the train. I could help you to get there, and that's an actual real story that happened. You know, one of the first people I talked to in Japan told me that, and I asked them like, oh, is it what kind of Latin music is it? I love Latin music, and they're like, I don't know, it might be this. And you know, if I ended up not going, I would have missed out on an opportunity that I really would never forget, because that moment was like when we got there, I listened to the music that was playing, and it was bossa nova, and that was like my favorite music of all time. And so when I was there, I was like, no way, like I love that music. Bossa nova is my favorite music of all time. Like, no chance. Like, of all times, of all people I could have talked to, someone who didn't even know what music was going to be playing, and someone who was not even that connected to that kind of music, brought me to a place like that. And it's like, sometimes just about anybody could bring you to the place that you want to be, but it's like you won't ever know until you keep talking to them and keep getting to know them, and actually, you know, by accident just stumble upon it together. You know, he was visiting or he was going with a friend who was a girl, and he really liked her. And so it's like, you know, making connections with a bunch of people could connect you with others too. Like, that person, the girl was cool, and she invited more of her friends to another place that we went to, and you know, from all of that, we got connections with like a ton of other people. You know, like, she had connections with so many people, and it's incredible. It's just really incredible how you could talk to anybody and make friends from all that. But I suffered before I could get anywhere good in Japan. I had to carry like a heavy backpack everywhere, and some nights I had to sleep on the floor outside. And it's like, the best moment of my life wouldn't have happened if I didn't suffer through that. I remember one day I felt like giving up and just going back home, because 3 months is a long time. It's a quarter of a year. And so I was sitting there like, dude, I want to go home. Like, I'm missing home, and like, I'm super lonely, and I don't know what to do. And how do I get back home? Like, what the heck? Like, is there any? And then I saw an ad on the company that I was flying from, and it said like you could go home early. Like, no matter what ticket you buy, you could also use your return ticket to come back earlier. You know, you could update the return. And I was like, what the heck? Like, is that a sign of me to give up, or is that just something that I have to really think about? Like, that was the most confusing time ever, because I was like, do I keep going, or do I take this opportunity to leave? And thankfully I stayed, because I ended up not wanting to leave. I think I was like, no, this is great. Like, I love it here now. I've made so many more friends, and I've made so many more opportunities. But yeah, that was just confusing, because exactly what I wanted, you know, was kind of put on the table, and I was left with a decision. Like, do you really want to leave, or is it just you're overthinking it and you have to just stay steady one day at a time? And yeah, I just ended up staying steady. I'm glad that I did, but I really wish I would have gone out more in Japan. Like, I went to Kyoto, Tokyo, and Osaka. I also went to villages. I lived in a village for a little bit of time. That's another story for another video. I may have already said the story in my earlier videos. I have to relook at that. But yeah, so I went to Nara. I had so many adventures with so many people, and I messed so many things up. And I had to suffer first before I could ever enjoy my trip and enjoy the reality that life was for me. Because 3 months of a vacation is it's like it's an adventure. It's something grandiose. But yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to say before I ended off the video. To whoever stood to the 25 minutes or however long this video is, thank you. Mostly these videos are for myself, for now, you know, until I'm more eloquent in my speaking or more articulated to actually help others, because that's my goal. I want to help people find their why, find their happiness, and find who they are. And hopefully, I mean, if you stuck around, you found meaning in what I say, then I hope it resonates with you, and I hope you could change your life from my video. And I hope I don't bring confusion. If you're ever confused about what I say, or you're like, no, I don't think that's right, the way you're thinking, please comment down below or message me privately and tell me and be like, yo, like, I think you might have thought you had the right idea, but this is how I see it. Or, hey, like, I liked your idea, but here's what you could work on to really improve upon that idea. You know, whatever, bad or good, whatever you say, I'd love to hear it, because, you know, people see you from like the perspective of what you say and of what they think and what they know. So many people know more than me, so I wanna really get to know things. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I'll try to upload daily. Thank you.